Hello, my dear classmates, schoolmates, and to my co-students. Good morning to each of you. And also to you, ma'am, good morning. I am Razul Jane T. Kinol, a college student of Bachelor of Elementary Education, third year from Norsu Shatan campus. Today, I will be discussing one of the lessons in Ed 301, the teacher and the school curriculum, which is the Chapter 5, Curriculum Development, Reforms and Enhancement, together with Module 6, Gearing Up for the Future Curriculum Reforms. So now, let's begin our class discussion. Chapter 5, Curriculum Development, Reforms and Enhancement. This is our desired learning outcomes. At the end of this lesson, we will be able to gain comprehensive understanding of the K-12 basic education curriculum reform. Contents. First, curriculum development reforms and enhancement. Second, the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 or K-12. Third, basis of K-12 implementation. And fourth, the K-12 curriculum. So, do you have any idea about this following contents? Well, this following contents will be the coverage of my discussion for today. So let's proceed. So we have this question in our mind. What is curriculum development reforms and enhancement? What is the purpose and use of knowing this lesson? Are gearing up for the future curriculum reforms important? Does it give teachers, students, and school convenience? Well, as we go through in this discussion, this following question will be answered. What is curriculum? A curriculum is considered the heart of learning institution, which means that schools or university cannot exist without a curriculum. With its importance in formal education, curriculum has become a dynamic process due to the changes that occur in our society. An effective curriculum provides teachers, students, administrators, and community stakeholders with a measurable plan and structure for delivering a quality education. The curriculum identifies the learning outcomes, standards, and core competencies that students must demonstrate before advancing to the next level. So, through having a curriculum inside the school or classroom, teachers and students can be able to have a proper interactions towards each other. The role of the schools or university can be more organized, clear, and more about the rules and regulations, as well as the requirements for enrolling them. So, we can say curriculum or developing a curriculum inside the classroom or schools or universities are very important. And also, developing a curriculum is a must and we need to know for us to be guided. Curriculum development process. The curriculum development process systematically organizes what will be taught, who will be taught, and how it will be taught. The curriculum development process includes planning, contents and methods, implementation, evaluation, and reporting. So developing a curriculum in every school or university is very helpful and important, especially for teachers, students, and to every parents. As a future educator, we need to know how to develop a curriculum, especially the process of doing it. Because we, future teacher, will have the important role in manipulating this curriculum process in school and to every student. So, the curriculum development process includes planning. In planning, first we need to plan the things that we need to do or create for us to have a clear goals. So planning a curriculum is very important. Second, content and methods. These two processes are very important because this will be our guidelines in conducting an effective school curriculum. So without having a content and methods in developing a curriculum, we cannot be able to know or have a proper goals in making our curriculum. So third is implementation. In implementing curriculum, it is important for us, future teacher, to know how to use every curriculum that we create because this will be our instrument or tools in teaching every students inside the school or universities. So implementation is very important. Then last is evaluation and reporting. So these two processes will help us future teachers know the progress or status of our school curriculum implementation. We need to evaluate the outcomes for us to know if the curriculum that we create are effective or not. And then we need to report our process of researching the progress of our curriculum for us to report every data to know the differences in progression for us to have or provide another concept or another or another strategies that we can apply or will be used to improve or add and reduce to achieve our goals successfully. So next, let's go to Module 6, Gearing Up for the Future, Curriculum Reforms. So Part 1 of Module 6 is the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 or the K-12. Content focus. Curriculum designer need to enhance the recommended curriculum, propose curricular innovation to respond to the changing landscape in education regionally and globally. So we considered ourselves as curriculum designer. As a curriculum designer, it is very important for us to stay connected and updated about the curriculum process that we develop for us to handle changes, improvements and approaches to be applied, especially in the world of education from regional to global. So next is Republic Act of 105-33, known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, is the latest educational reform in the Philippine education, signed into law by President Benigno Aquino III last May 15, 2013. So additional information about the Republic Act of 105-T3 or otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 is the latest educational reform in the Philippine education signed into the law by President Benigno Aquino III last May 15, 2013. It is an act enhancing the Philippines' basic education system by strengthening its curriculum and increasing the number of years per basic education, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. The Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, popularly known as K-12, includes 1 year of kindergarten education, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 years of secondary education. This 6-year secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school and 2 years of senior high school. With K to 12, the existing 10 years of basic education as a prerequisite to entry in grade 1. So the K to 12 curriculum is what we have right now in the Philippines. The Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, popularly known as K to 12, includes, so this is the additional or the K to 12 education have. So we have the 1-year kindergarten education, then 6 years elementary educations. And for secondary, we have the 6-year secondary education. It includes 4 years junior high school and 2 years senior high school. This is the information that I have given a while ago. Next is why K to 12? So do you have any idea why K to 12? So let's proceed. Basis of K to 12 implementation. K to 12. K to 12 makes the Philippine education system as par with the international standards of 12 years basic education, thereby contributing to a better educated society capable of pursuing productive employment, entrepreneurship, or higher education studies. Next, K to 12 graduated is ready to go into different paths: higher education, middle level skills development, employment, or entrepreneurship. Another is the K to 12 graduated also expected to be equipped with 21st century skills like information, media and technology skills, learning and innovation skills, effective communication skills, life and career skills. When K to 12 was launched in 2012, many Filipinos were apprehensive because of the addition of 2 more years in secondary schooling, which is very true. So as we all know, most of us already engaged into K to 12 curriculum, since this is the new process of education or curriculum that is being developed by our government before we proceed into college. So we have already some ideas about the process of this curriculum, the process of K to 12. But today, we will seek more for us to know about K to 12. So next, these existing realities in Philippine education that become the basis of K to 12 implementation is: first, mastery of basic competencies is insufficient due to congested curriculum. National achievement test results of 4th-year students in mathematics and science. Second is, the Philippines is the only remaining country in Asia with 10-year basic education program. Graduates of Philippine schools are not automatically recognized as professionals outside the country due to the lack of 2 years basic education. So this following information is the reason why K to 12 curriculum is implemented in the Philippines. So this information or this illustration below is the data about the National Achievement Test result of 4th-year students from 2004 to 2006. Here are the data from the specific subjects, which is mathematics and science. So this data presented in this illustration is from one of my sources that I've gathered from the internet. So this is about the status of National Achievement Test result of 4-year students before K to 12 was implemented in our country. So as you can see in the illustration, the two subjects that are being presented here were the mathematics and the science achievement test results from 2004 to 2006. The average of every student who passed the achievement test from the achievement test or from the exam was every year is continuously going down or decreasing. So as you can see, from 2004 to 2005, we have 16.41%. And then from 2005 to 2006 is going to 15.21%. So we can tell that the average of mathematics is going down. So from this data, we can conclude that our education process is having a problem or having a poor progress in terms of this education process, or as we presented data from mathematics and science subject. So, if this will continue to happen and cannot be avoided, then many of us cannot proceed to college or being unemployed due to this kind of situation. So, next illustration is about the researches on Philippine Basic Education curriculum under recommendation. So, as you can see, we have the year, source, and recommendation. So these following illustrations are the Philippine curriculum, basic education, or and other recommendation that they provide, and I get it from my research in the internet. So these following informations and recommendations are being used of our government to find solutions in from the situation that we have presented a while ago. So this next illustration is about the data researches, Philippine Basic Education curriculum and the recommendation in order for us to solve the situation that I presented a while ago. So these following recommendations will be very helpful. So one of the recommendations that being presented here is the secondary education did not prepare for life and recommended training in agriculture, commerce, and industry. Then another recommendation is restore grade 7 in primary educations, and many more recommendations. So next, employability of Filipino high school graduates. These are also some of the information that will give us more knowledge about K to 12. So the K to 12 curriculum prepares the students for the world of work, middle level skills development, entrepreneurship, and college education. Next is grade 7 to 8 is made to explore at least 8 subjects in the 4 areas of technology, livelihood education or TLE, namely home economics, ICT, industrial arts, and agriculture and fishery arts. Then lastly, grade 10 to 12, the students is supposed to have obtained a national certificate or NC Level 1 and NC Level 2 from TESDA. NC 1 and NC 2 make a grade 12 graduate employable. So these following informations are some offers about K to 12 or some reasons why K to 12 is being implemented in our country. So the K to 12 curriculum. Section 5 of Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 stipulates the following curricular standards which the curriculum developer adhere to on crafting the K-12 curriculum. So first, the curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally inappropriate. Second, the curriculum shall be relevant, responsive, and research-based. Third, the curriculum shall be culture-sensitive. Fourth, the curriculum shall be contextualized, enhancement, and global. Fifth, the curriculum shall be pedagogical approaches that are constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative. 6. The curriculum shall adhere to the principles and framework Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education or MTB-MLE. Next, the curriculum shall use spiral progression to ensure mastery of knowledge and skills after each levels. And lastly, the curriculum shall be flexible enough to enable and allow schools to localize, indigenize, and enhance the same based on their respective educational and social context. So first, we will evaluate this following Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 or curriculum crafting. So, let's discuss first the first curriculum crafting. The curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate. So, this following idea will give us the informations in developing our own curriculum. So, in this first idea, we need to be learner-centered. So, as a curriculum designer or as a future teacher, we need to consider, from developing our curriculum, we need to consider our students because they were the center of our education. As we going to develop our curriculum, students are very important to be considered because they will be the one who will accept or will learn the curriculum that we develop. Second is, the curriculum shall be relevant, responsive, and research-based. So as a future teacher or a curriculum designer, we need to be more responsive and research-based for our students to understand what we are teaching or what the curriculum is teaching them. Then third is, shall be culture sensitive. So we need to be considerate in our students because as we all know, students have different culture inside the classroom as well as the teachers. So being a culture sensitive in making curriculum is very important. Then curriculum shall be contextualized. So from this following information, if we are going to follow all of this if we are going to follow this 8 process of making the curriculum, then we can be able to achieve or produce education curriculum for our students effectively. We can also do our tasks and deliver our discussions to our students effectively and more organized. Next is curriculum tracks. So these following curriculum tracks are the tracks that is being offered from the K-12 curriculum. So the students after undergoing senior high school can choose among 4 tracks: the academic track, the technical vocational livelihood track, sports track, and arts and design track. So this following information is the core curriculum of K to 12. We have the nomenclature or the learning area. First is the integrated language, arts, mother tongue, Filipino, English, science, mathematics, araling panlipunan, edukasyong pantahanan at pangkabuhayan o technology and livelihood education or TLE, music, art, physical education, and health or MAPE. So these are the core curriculum or the subjects that being teach in K-12 curriculum. So next is the senior high school curriculum. Senior high school curriculum is 2 years specialized upper secondary education. Students may choose a specialization based on aptitude, interest, and school capacity. The senior high curriculum has a total of 31 subjects. We have the 15 core subjects, 7 contextualized subjects, 9 specialization subjects, and a total of 31 subjects. So this following senior high school curriculum is what this following 31 subject is the senior high school curriculum being offered or being taught by every student. So next, so we have the academic track has 4 strands, namely science, technology, engineering and math or STEM, humanities and social sciences or HUMS, accounting, business and management or ABM, and then lastly, general academic strands or GAS. So these are the 4 strands or courses that is being offered in the K-12 curriculum here in our country. So we have the STEM, HUMS, ABM, and GAS. So here are the core subjects: communication, mathematics, science, social science, psychology, PE, philosophy, PE, and health. So here are the contextualized subjects of academic track and technical vocational arts and design track. So in academic track, we have the English for academic and professional purposes, Introduction to Research Methods Quantitative, Introduction of Research Methods Quantitative, Filipino course, ICT for learners, entrepreneurship, and research projects. So in technical vocational arts and design tracks, they have English for professions, research skills 1, research skills 2, mga diskurso sa trabaho, ICT applications, entrepreneurship, and research project or culminating activity. So these following informations are the subjects in academic track and technical vocational arts and design track that being taught by the K-12 curriculum. So next is the academic courses and subjects. We have 4 specific courses here. We have the liberal arts, HUMS, ABM, and STEM. So under them is the following subjects that is being taught to the K-12 curriculum. The next is sports and arts and design subjects. We have the art and design tracks and sports tracks. Under them are the following subjects that it's being taught by the curriculum of K-12 or being taught by the students of K to 12. So that's all for my presentation. I hope you learned something about our today's discussion. So those following informations are about the K to 12 curriculum and the development and enhancement of curriculum reforms. Thank you and